Hello, my beautiful people. How you doing? Welcome to another Saturday Night Live. Hope you are hearing me clearly. We have not had Saturday Night Live in a while, and now we are going to, and it plans to be great, guys. Look at that. Do I look beautiful? How do I look? Okay, so welcome, Posha Nation, one and only Venus. Good night. Good night, Michaela. Good night, one and only Venus. Good night, Risana. Good night to my dad. And a good night to all who have joined. Good night, sis. Good night. So tonight we are going to, be talking about the pros and the cons of my Jamaican experience. But let's get into it by doing our officials. So as usual, we always say this, and I want for us to continue. I am the embodiment of beauty, strength, and wisdom, and I embrace all that I am. I am the embodiment of strength, beauty, and wisdom, and I embrace all that I am. And hey, Posha Nation, it has been a wonderful experience being in Jamaica. And I just want to say thanks to each and everyone who have journeyed with me to Jamaica and is now back home in Canada. If it's your first time, welcome to a place where your story matters, your joy is welcome, and your presence is a blessing. If you're returning, you already know I love and appreciate you. Love. One and only Venus. All right, Mikhail, thank you for the love. Yes, welcome one and all. Please bring your positive vibes and let's connect. So I returned to Jamaica. I returned to Canada from Jamaica this week. If you have been following, you would have known that we went to Jamaica International Beauty Expo, where we showcased Adi's 64 plant-based skincare. Persons were retired beard. Good night. Good evening, Posha. Retired beard says, very fashionable. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Welcome. I really appreciate you joining. So I was explaining that we went to the Jamaica International Beauty Expo, where we showcase Adi's 64 plant-based skincare. And this is one of the products in our brand. If you're new, Adi's 64 plant-based and body moisturizer. So the products are really, really nice. They hydrate very well. So one and only Venus says, good night, retired beard. Wonderful. So hydrates really nicely. Persons were welcoming to our products, and we presently have 2 companies that are carrying our products. Health Plus Pharmacy at 68 Malines Road, Kingston, and Lamar Spa at 85 Main Street, Ocherius. So if you're Jamaican and you're watching and you would like to use our products, we have 2 face cream, an exfoliating scrub, and a hand and body moisturizer. You can get our products at one of those 2 locations. Retired Bear says it has been a great day here. Wonderful. I know that you have been out and you have been showcasing. And guys, I am going to be back on the 4th. I am going to be able to, I think I'm going to use the rest of the week because tomorrow, well, basically, oh my gosh, and okay, so there's something about what I believe in. that from one sunset to another is a new day. So Andel and I, we were married on the 3rd of August, 2018. And so we start at the setting of the sun, we start our celebration of our 7th year of marriage. We say God's perfect number. So congratulations, Andel. I know you are listening in. You know, we are going to celebrate it, and I hope you can join us as we do that celebration. Yes! All right, so Victoria say, oh, that's awesome to be in stores, even if it's two. So, yes, we were truly blessed. Persons were very receptive. And, the one store, we were working with that store before, and the store decide to take more of our products and to showcase and to carry our products in their stores and different locations. They also have one in Spanish Town, and I think one in Montego Bay or Maypen. I'm not remembering, but yes. And we'll be putting out more ads concerning those locations. And also Otrius, which is a popular tourist destination. They do spa, they take care of your body massage and all of that. They will be carrying our products. And as you know, our products is spa based products. So that's very good. So that's a big accomplishment to be there at the show, to get such promotion. And guys, we were there independently, but not, because Canada team was there and they made us a part of their team, and we were truly blessed to be in that company. So it was a great exposure, and I'll say that if you have a business and you want to showcase it in Jamaica, that's one of the events that you can do it you know through. So that was a big plus for us. It was challenging. We made a lot of sacrifices, and to us, it was very beneficial. So we have one and only Venus saying, happy anniversary, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Adi64 Andel says, blessings for true. God is great. God is wonderful. So, guys, I must let you know that my system, the computer memory, it is very limited. It's now at 18.9 gigabyte free, and it has used up 218 gigabytes out of 237 gigabytes. So I'm on, limited. So I'm not going to make my live too long, because I'm not sure how much it's going to take, or if at all. But we have a program lineup for you, and we are going to go into it. All right. So, yes, we have a lot to be grateful for. We have a lot to be thankful for. And, under Portia's gratitude spotlight, we have what's something, or that one thing that you're grateful for this week. Something that happened, or something that you just think about and you're so grateful for that this week. And I have three of them. The first one is our friend Esmine, for her hospitality. She went above and beyond what we even think or imagine. She accommodated us. She took care of transportation. She also prepared some lovely Jamaican meals. Guys, I tell you, it was so wonderful. It brings me back to the old time, Jamaican way of cooking, and how the food used to taste and all of that. So I'm really thankful to Esmine for accommodating us. So big up to Esmine. Yes, and guys, I have to give big up to Esmine. I miss my bottle. Big up, Esmine. Thank you so much for your hospitality to Andel and myself. You know, you really, I can't even express clearly, what you have done for us. So thank you so much. And I know your basket will never run dry. I know that God will take care of your needs and your worries and your wants, anything at all, that God will take care of you. And we are also here for you. So thanks once again, Esmine, for being there for us in Jamaica. We appreciate you. And number two, blessed to see my father, my family, Mr. Robbie, that's a family member, and others I encountered along my journey. It was truly a blessing. Like that lady that drove us from Kingston to St. Mary. She actually allowed her friend to drive, and the conversation was only one gentleman in the vehicle, and the conversation of things that they experienced. They were just sharing their experience. We all were sharing our experience in the vehicle, and oh, God has been good, and some things, about man and about woman. And I mean, it was really nice. It was a really nice experience going from Kingston in that night to St. Mary. And I've never been driven by a woman to Kingston, from Kingston to St. Mary. So it was nice. I enjoyed that experience. And there are other moments as well that I've met other persons, and the conversations and the experiences were good. Another thing, thanks to my prayer partners for holding me up with their prayers. I really appreciate it. So big up my prayer partners. Thank you so much for your prayers. I really appreciate you all. And this is a moment that I will answer retired Beard. Birthday shout out. All right. So the 1st of August is actually my birthday. So thankful. I'm really thankful to see another birthday. My husband, he bought me red roses. Oh my gosh, I should have brought it in here. Red roses, and also cake from Wendy Catering. And also he made dinner. He made my favorite salmon dinner. If anyone really knows, what I like to eat, yeah, that is it. I like salmon, you know. So I feel loved. Oh my gosh, you bought the roses. Thank you. There you go, guys. Red roses. And where I used to work in Jamaica, he had, when he couldn't make it to celebrate my birthday in the summer, since we have been married, he always sent through Miss Air. Big up Miss yourself, Miss Air. You always send through Miss Air flowers. Yes. So imagine when I go to work and I see this. I remember once coming from lunch and getting roses. And guess what I did with it, guys? I shared it up with everybody. Yes. I am truly blessed and grateful, so thankful for all the birthday wishes that has been flooding in on my birthday, that has flooded in. I appreciate all of them, all of them, and I'm going over them. So the one and two of them where persons expressed, me, what they think of me, melts my heart, truly melts my heart. And I just want to say thank you so much for, you know, those words. Because sometimes those words are what gives you the encouragement to continue to be who God wants you to be and who God instill certain characters into be. There are times when it's not easy. Sometimes you want to do something else. But when you hear persons speak such and such of you, you just have to continue, right? So thank you very much, every one of you who have, you know, tell me how you feel about me or what you think about me. It really blessed my soul. Yes, and I'm crying. I'm just shedding a little, you know, grateful tears. One and only Venus say, big up yourself, bro. Nice job. Wonderful. Yes. So this week, if you are online and had a birthday, put it in the chat so we can celebrate your special day. May this new year bring you all peace, strength, and beautiful surprises. Wishing you love, laughter, and abundant blessings from the Posha family. I really appreciate every one of you and your birthday wishes once more. Thank you so much for making me feel special. And I know that you are loved as well. I love you. So thanks once more. And now we have member love time. Special shout out to my members who continue to support me. Yes, we have Bobby too, and I'm going to put in the chat all of them. And please check out their channel and support them and let them know you're coming from Posha channel. So we have Bobby 2, and we have Adi64, and we have Retired Beard. Thank you so much for being consistently supporting this channel with your financial support. It has not gone in the wrong way. I'm storing it up to help getting that computer system that I need. I really need an upgrade, and I have to just continue to save towards it until that day comes. And you know about it for sure. And I just want to say to my regular Saturday night commenters and supporters, and also those who comment and support me on my regular videos, my shorts, my long form videos, my live. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Your help do go a far way in getting the channel out to other viewers and to making this channel a success. And I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. I've been getting quite a few subscribers lately. And guys, we're just at 50 subscribers to make it 2,000. And for me, that's mind blowing. You know why? Because when I was less than 50, I used to say, I wonder when I gonna reach 50. And now I'm just at 50 more subscribers to make it 2,000. And guys, I have so much in store, and I'm just trying to put everything together and to make it work. I have so much ideas, so much things that I want to bring out to you. Please pray me up that nothing else will hinder me from doing that, because as I explained, my computer system is not at a speed that is keeping up with me. So I have to go at that speed in getting stuff out, right? But sure enough, we're going to get there. So thank you, all the subscribers, new subscribers, and old subscribers. Thank you so much for staying the journey with me. I'm gonna take me special than anybody else, you know. I think I'm just a young woman that is trying to make an impact on the world, a positive impact on the world. And you are here supporting me, believing in me, and I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you so much. Now we are going to move on to the pros and cons of my Jamaican trip tonight, and I'm going to just be a little personal, right? After spending over a month in Jamaica, I'm sharing the real pros and cons of the trip, the good, the challenges, and the unforgettable. And is there anything, first and foremost, before we continue? I Is there anything that you want to say before I get into this segment? Any question, anything you want to ask, anything you want to say? Let me know in the chat, please, so we can have that interaction. I don't want to just be talking and not getting any feedback from you, not hearing your questions or any concerns or anything you want to talk about. So let me know. Retired Beard, I know that you have been out and about, and you have been showing your subscribers, your viewers around the block, and you have been going little distances too. So I really like the summer activities and the fishing. I got to see that. I got to see you catching that fish. Yes, that was really nice. And you caught a good size too, because most time when persons catch it's just a little one. So guys, you can check out Retired Beard. I haven't seen Bobby too as yet. I'm hoping that she'll make it to the live. As I said, I haven't been having the live about 2 weeks now. So I hope she comes on. And as usual, one and only Venus, you're my sister. I appreciate you. And thanks for taking care of my dad, for being there, with him. I appreciate that. Yes, I really do. And my little J, I know you're going to be great. You're going to be mighty. You're going to be a wonderful, wise, strong man. Continue to be focused and do what you know you ought to do. You will. You will succeed. Just be focused. Okay? All right. Yes, we are going to go into that segment where we talk about the pros and the cons of my Jamaican trip. If you have visited Jamaica recently, what was your favorite moment? I'm going to put that in the chat. If you have visited Jamaica, what was even if it's not recent, but what's that favorite moment when you were there in Jamaica? Let me know. Let us know. Let us talk about it. And please do give a thumbs up as you come on in supporting the channel, in supporting me. No, family, I have to be real. Every trip has its ups and downs. We know that, right? And I want to share some of the challenges I faced in Jamaica. Not to complain. I'm not going to complain, but to be transparent, to know that there were good and there weren't so good moments. Okay. And that just reminded me of someone that was also supportive of our Jamaica International Beauty Expo, and it's Marie. Marie, if you're watching, big up yourself, because you provided one of the main things that we needed. We weren't sure how we were going to get it, but at the end, and they remember and connected with you, and you solve our problem that we had. Yes, big up yourself and big up your driver too. Thank you so much, Marie. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Andel, for reminding me. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, there's so many persons in Jamaica. So I'll continue in doing that after we go down to the pros, all right? But no, for the cons, yes. No, one thing that irritated me, I wasn't comfortable with, guys, is the taxis. Some of the taxi drivers drive like they were racing racing all the time. Not just when they're on a straight road, round corners. I truly felt unsafe. One point in time, I was coming from Otrius to St. Mary to actually Port Maria. And then I would take another vehicle to Highgate, where I was staying. And the driver was driving so fast to the point that I started to get a headache. Literally, a headache. And I had to say to the driver when I just couldn't stand the headache anymore. I said, driver, driver, this fast driving is giving me a headache. Guys, I love fast driving. Yes? Yes, I love to crash turn too. I love that adrenaline, right? But the way they were driving on public road, I just couldn't deal with it. So in that moment, I said, driver, the fast driving is giving me a headache. I can't say him, you know. I said the fast driving. I couldn't attack him. I had to what I was experiencing. And I said it. And a lady in the back said, yes, driver, me too. And he slowed down. First of all, he said to me that that's why I select those who drive with me now. That's why I select those who drive with me. And I don't say anything. Looking at me in the rearview mirror, and I just looking back at him. Yes, that eye contact. And he slowed down. And guys, would you believe it? Just moments after that, not far, too far after that, he nearly met in an accident. A driver drive across the road in front of him. Imagine him coming fast in that speed that he was originally going in. He would have hit that vehicle head on. Yeah? And I'm saying, God be praised that nobody was hurt when that driver, suddenly from one side to the next, zoops across. I was shocked. Yeah? You see, from that, the driver slowed down much slower after I told him, said, me getting a headache. Him take it. Him said, this is the last trip for him for the night. So guys, if you're watching from Jamaica, you're a fast driver, or you're sitting in a vehicle that the driver is driving so fast, say something. And drivers, yes, we know you have to make your rounds, but don't do it at such risk. It's not worth it. Sometimes it's just one moment that can disrupt your life. It's better you make 5 trips than in the future you don't make no more trip. You see what I'm saying? Logics, right? So that's one of my irritation that I experienced, and I don't want to do it again. I said no. I don't want to travel by public transportation or a taxi anymore in Jamaica because of those experiences. Yes, you get to your destination on time or before time, but it's not worth it because it does take one moment. Right. Another thing was I felt a bit overwhelmed. I was just taking a lot of footage, right? I had, especially some days, I remember when the second day we went, we could see the sunrise, and then we took a walk and we see nature, and we were passing through the town, and we saw, the market, the vendors selling their foods and all sorts of things, and so there were a lot of footage, right? And then I realized that I'm taking too much footage that I may not get the chance to edit as quickly. So I just started to slow down on the amount of footage. Jamaica has a lot of footage. It's just you to see it, right? So anyone who does content in Jamaica has a lot of content. And I guess that's why a lot of people travel to Jamaica. YouTubers travel to Jamaica because Jamaica have a lot of contents. Even in the environment that you're in, it's just for you to realize what it is and to develop on that. So, that's 1 and 2 cents for those who are content creators. But yes, I really felt overwhelmed. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, guys. I'm not at my 100 best because when I came back, I was tired, over overtired. So I'm just building back. Yeah, so I find that my immune system is low. So that's why I'm coughing and the energy not up as usual. All right. But yeah, show must go on. All right. All right. So that was something. So I realized that I couldn't edit and download because I was downloading so much and I couldn't edit as quickly and to put out videos. And I'm someone who is very careful and see how it will be beneficial to you. It says your connection is unstable. Okay, back to great. So between family and friends and moving up and down and doing footage was a bit challenging, right? But I have footage that I know you're going to love. Right, that leads me into not being able to post every day. I had planned to do daily updates and vlogging posts and all of that, but between my system, my computer system, storage at the beginning, Wi-Fi, because most times I work in the night. So in the night, I didn't have a Wi-Fi connection based on where I was, and then I had family priorities and all of that and lack of time. These are the pros, guys. So when you travel, you're doing YouTubing and you're traveling, these are some things that comes in the way. So you have to prepare for them or you have to be mindful of them. So I couldn't stick to the schedule as I wanted to, but eventually the main thing is that I have the footage. I have the footage and that will help me to get all contents so that you get the vibes. And I have something special that I want to share with you at the end. Yes. All right. So I made a decision like 2 weeks after, so and then left. And then I made a decision that is going to be really hectic to edit because I would have to do that in the nights. In the days, I would be traveling or I will be in Kingston, I'll be moving up and down. So it's only in the night I'll edit. But then, because of sometimes being in that traveling process, I had to when I reached home, I just had to go to bed because I was super tired. So those are some things that I experienced. Another thing I experienced in Jamaica that I didn't like is the get rich quick mentality of our youths. Yes, that really saddens me to know that they would risk. They have this kind of mindset of getting rich and they'll, want to do anything to, get rich. I didn't like that mentality. I didn't like it. And I find that they're not as loving to our elderly as they ought to be. Yes, they are a little like it's all about me. The youths, the young youths, yes, it's all about me. And, no, guys, it's all about us. Because guess what? If you never have the elderly, you would have a mother and father, and you wouldn't be here. You understand? And then what are you doing to for the next generation to come in? What examples are you setting for them? They are going to run over you. You see what I'm saying? If you agree, put it in the chat for me. If you agree, they're going to run over you. They're going to say you're old, even though you're not old enough. but you're in the fast. So we have to be mindful of all of these things, right? And another thing was my father. Uh, My father was seriously sick, but the good thing was that I was there. I really was happy that I was there. It was hard to stay joyful or creative when I was concerned about him. Praise be to God, he recovered just before I left. But those early days when he was sick was very hard. So when we first went, he was good, I'll climb tree, yes. But after he took sick, really sick. So he was actually in that process, but not to the point of that. But when he really got sick, I really got concerned. So he was sick for quite a while. But my father tried to be strong, but he was sick for a while. But now he's better. And I'm giving God thanks for that. Packing wars. This is my final con. And they went back to Canada earlier than me, with one suitcase empty and another half empty. I even tried to give him some stuff that, I didn't have to use. And I tried to give him so that he could have stuff in his suitcase, right? Because we couldn't harvest the food stuff we have planned to send back to Canada due to my dad being sick. So my dad couldn't move up our like sweet Jamaican cane. We couldn't. Truthful, one and only Venus, truthful. All right, thanks for that. To the argument about the youths, their mentality. So we couldn't harvest the sugar cane. I couldn't send back a lot of sugar cane with Andel, right? So my dad, he couldn't harvest certain things at at the field. So Andel didn't get to bring back much. No, I, on the other hand, had to travel overload. After my father got better, he was able to harvest some stuff, right? But I now was only limited to one suitcase and a personal item. And the personal item is my gadgets, my books, and whatever else. So when Andel feel my backpack, he say, in Portia, this cannot work. This cannot work, and it will not work again, guys. I will not put so much weight on my back. No, I won't do it again. But I only had one carry-on. Yes, if you watch, well, you're going to see soon. And the airport limit, if you go over the limit, which is 50 pounds, and if you go over that, you have to pay 100 US dollar. Me never have that, none at all, for pay. Me know so that is not an option for me. But guys, God was good. God was good in spite of things that I experienced in traveling that day. That day was rough for me, but it was still a blessed day because I met a lady. After I had, let me see if I find, no, I removed them. I removed them. I had on my thing that I put my passport in and other personal items, and then I had where I put like my GoPro in and all that. And then the lady had told me to take out some stuff out of the suitcase because the suitcase was overloaded. Yes, so I had to use a bag that had two handles and take out the cane. I had just two parts of canes, guys. It's almost done. Me have to pinch the last bag. Yes, and I got a bag of guinea. One young man was selling guinea the night before I travel for $100. And then me say, you not give me no butter. And you put one little butter in there. So I pluck off the stems and tie the bag with those guinea. So between Andel and myself, it almost done. Yes, and I carried a lot of passion fruit because right now they have a lot of passion fruit, and I carry back one sauce up. So it's basically a one or two item of each stuff, right? That I was able to carry back. But usually when I travel, me carry enough cane because cane for me is a joy, right? And so it's just one and two of that. Even banana, the froggy banana, one and only Venus. I peel off the skin and I have what, six of those. I'm gonna go cut them up and fry them. Yes. So I was overload. So the lady said, take out some and take out some because the suitcase overload. And I took out some. No, I only could carry one personal item. And I had the thing over my shoulder. I had my headrest. I had the other bag with my GoPro. And then I had that bag now. Here what the lady said to me, Miss, do something about that. I know how to rearrange everything, find space in my backpack to put the bag with my GoPro in it, a little bag, and also find space to put the bag that I had over here. Now I have the one to carry. How am I going to get that in the plane? Because accidentally I tried to board a 10 o'clock flight, which my flight was later down in the afternoon. And the lady said, you have got to pay $100, miss. I want you to look for my boarding pass. She said, this is not the flight. It's the afternoon flight you're on. So I had to wait 2 to 3 hours for my flight. But guess what? God was good. I met a lady, and I want to say kudos to her. She's going to Edmonton, and she had a backpack and a suitcase. And she said, you know what? They normally take a suitcase. If they ask, I will carry your bag for you. And guess what she did? She went ahead, check that bag so they can send it on the plane with a regular check on, and then she was able to carry that bag for me. Usually we don't do that. That's not something that you do. But we were talking, she saw my distress of um, something I lost. And so she was like, did you find it? I said, no. And she, the conversation started from there. Nice when friend, one and only Venus and nice. Yes, she was a good Samaritan for me. And she was wonderful. We talk, and she says she's living in Edmonton and all of that. And she was able to carry it on the plane for me. So when I went on the plane, I took it. And, because she was doing a connecting flight, she wouldn't be connecting, she'll be taking another plane to Edmonton. So I know that when we get off, and I was seated a good distance before her, so I had to take it at that time. But that was what happened to me, my baggage war. But praise the Lord, God allowed that lady to, she named Olive. I just remember Olive. Yes, her name is Olive. So, but through it all, I must say that God really does turn up, right? Is and is in every aspect of our lives. My father's healing, the moment of joy in between that I experienced, and the support I received from Esmine, Mr. Robbie, and Purse from my praying sisters gave me strength. Sometimes the cons reveals our blessings in disguise. You know, God has a way of turning up. No, guys, we are going to do our pros, and I'm excited about it. Yes. So now that I've shared the challenges, let's talk about the beautiful moments, the parts of my Jamaica trip that brought me joy, peace, and purpose. Here are the pros I'm so grateful for. One, connecting with family and friends. Nothing compares to the warmth of hugging your people again. I reconnected with my father, my sister, and their children, my brothers, my cousins, and yes, my friend Esmine. And we also bonded deeper on a deeper level. And my heart has been filled. That is something that nothing, no money can buy. My heart was truly filled. Even though I live so far, those moments remind me I'm deeply rooted in love, care, acceptance, to have people that loves you, people that love you, and you loving them. There's no greater fulfillment. And so seeing my dad after so many years not being in his presence, God is good. One and only Venus says it was truly a privilege to be around family, to see my dad. And guys, my dad don't carry himself, in the finest clothes and all of that. But me never mind. Me hug me dad, me kiss him. Me feel good to be in the presence of my father, the one who take care of me, the man who when I was in Kingston studying, and him come and him pass through and drive through, right? And come check me. Him empty out him pocket and give to me. Yeah? That's my father. The one who, when I went to a concert in Highgate when I was a teenager, and he waited on his bike out in the cold while I was in there enjoying myself. He was,
Chris.
yes, I remember. That was Andel telling me. Yes, he was the one that sat down in that cold on that bike and waited for me to carry me back home. And when I reached the door to go inside, I said, Daddy, thank you so much for waiting for me. He went said to me, it's my duty. Yeah, that's my dad. Whether him used to dress nice and now him not dress so hot anymore, I still my dad. What he has done for me, no other man has never in them entire life done for me. Him bring me up from a babe all the way up to womanhood, that I can appreciate men when they come into my life and when they do things and do their responsibility towards me and show me love. I can appreciate those love. You understand? Because the man who helped to bring me into this world brought me up good. So I really appreciate my father. So as we watch some of the videos that I have coming, you see how active my dad is, and you see him in his, you see him as he is. But he's my dad, and I love and appreciate him to the world. Yes. So here we go. Number 2 of my pros, visiting Emancipation Park and other landmarks. Yes, I got some time when I was in Kingston, and guys, I never thought I was going to make it to Emancipation Park because of the different things that I had to do. I said there are 2 places in my mind that I know I want to visit. They don't cost a thing, and Emancipation was one of them. And going downtown and seeing the painting on the walls, on the streets, that was another thing. One and only Venus said the greatest father in the world, and I would second that. Even though I know others will say the same about their dad, but my dad has gone above and beyond, to really be there for his children. Some things he has put up with no other father would. No other father would. But because of the love that he has. So thank you, one and only Venus, for that comment. I appreciate it. Now, those two places, I said I need to show my viewers Emancipation Park and also the place downtown that a street I'm trying to remember the name that they call it. So on the walls, they have different paintings. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That video is out. You can watch it. It's really beautiful. So when I realized that I'm not going to see Emancipation Park, I said, God, please, please, please help me to see this place. And guys, it was one of those moments, especially when I stand up and look at the monument of um Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That man is an exceptional man when it comes to what he has done for our history. So we have Joshua Gabriel. Posha, big up yourself. Big up Posha. Big up yourself to Joshua. Welcome. Thank you for joining tonight's live. Appreciate you being on. So Joshua also have a channel, so you can check out Joshua's channel. So thank you for joining us tonight. So talking about my Jamaican trip, the pros and the cons, and the pros. So we're at the pros, and we have had some good experience in Jamaica that I'm sharing with you. So when I was there, it was one of those honorable moments. Yes, it's a statue, but when I think about what he has said, what he has done, guys, I've been to a museum in a place, heritage site in Canada, and I've seen one of the newspapers that Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Joshua Gabriel said, "Thanks, Portia, you're so welcome." I tell you, one of those newspaper in there, and I'm like, God, this man is remarkable. When you read, if try and pull up one of those newspapers that he wrote, one of those newspapers that he has, if you can get it online and see the power of that man, right? He keep on saying, "Get up, you mighty race, get up, get up." We have to stand. We are a mighty race, and we need to get up and stand. We're not weak. We don't have no weak backbone, guys. No, we are mighty. We are powerful. Yeah. And I think my sister has a warm moment. I remember one day sending I was listening to him. I was listening to that speech that he talked about, "Get up, you mighty race." And I shared it with my brother and my sister. And in that moment, my sister said to me, "I'm writing a essay." And that is what I finished. I just write the sentence when you send me that. "Get up, you mighty race." And I just want to end that, with you about Emancipation Park. It was a wonderful experience. And we have just celebrated independence, Emancipation Day. Independence will be the 6th of Jamaica independence, but Emancipation Day was the 1st of August. And I like to sing this song. "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, for none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing sweet songs of freedom? That's all I ever ask. Redemption song." And guys, Emancipation Park is about freedom. Every time you're in Jamaica, Anytime you visit Emancipation Park, remember it's about freedom. Those 7 persons, they have contributed, and many more has contributed. The amount of lives that walk with Park Bogle, those men to Morant Bay, and that were killed. Pardon me, guys. My throat is dry. I tell you, so many people died that day that risked their lives. They may not be one of those statues, but they have risked their lives so that we, Jamaica, could be free. Free for everybody to have an opportunity to live their best life. So let's not squander it. Be strong, have that backbone that is needed to make Jamaica a better place. It's a beautiful country. Many people are pouring into Jamaica. Some don't have a good mind for it. They just want to take out of Jamaica. Yeah? But you who are there that will benefit and your children will benefit, invest in your country. Invest morals and positive attitude. I realize that the morals is going down because everybody have this get rich quick mentality, and they'll step on anybody too. They don't care about the whole. No, Jamaica is never like that. We have to care about each other. Jamaica is beautiful. People want to share Jamaica. Those who have it, hold on to it. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Your children will thank you for it. So let's continue to enjoy, the pros of Jamaica. Number 3, Jamaica food and local foods, guys. Woo! The one of the things that stick out with me is the berry. My cousin, when I went to my mother's graveside to pay, those quiet moments that I normally go and reflect and talk about her and reflect on her and all of that. The moment I walk up there, I went up there, I saw a big sauce up, and guess what? My grand uncle came and cleaned out with other persons. And so there wasn't a lot of grass around and all that in that area. And when I look on the sauce-up tree, there was a big sauce-up. I said, they save it for me. So I was able to get that sauce-up, guys. And then my cousin, we're talking, and he started to cut cotton and sharpened the bottom and planted it right at my mother's graveside. Yes, I really appreciated that. It's like God lined that up really well, and he decided to pick some because a lot of Neesbury, a lot of fruit trees around, right? Plum not ready yet. And he decided to pick some Neesbury, and he picked them, and I carried them home. And guess what? There were 1 and 2 ripe ones. And I immediately started to eat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they were sweet. Guys, these were sugary sweet, to the point I wanted to save all the seeds because I have to plant back one. Yeah. So thank you so much to my cousin for that. And I guess what? I was able to bring, and Andel was able to taste it because he heard me eating, seen me eating, and saying how sweet it is. But finally he got to experience it. So praise be to the Lord for that. So from ackee and saltfish to soursop and sugar cane and jelly. Yes. Tell me what's your favorite tropical fruit in the chat. Yes, Jamaican food is a whole experience in itself. I tell you, the flavors, the freshness, the street vendors, my taste bud was rejoicing at the East Indian mango. Yes, guys, to tell you the truth, I brought back 2 East Indian mangoes. When the last night, Esmine and I were in Highgate and I saw a guy selling for East Indian. And we passed it and then we went back and we didn't see the guy. So I said to this clothing vendor, do you see the East Indian guy that was selling the East Indian? And he said, how much East Indian you want? And I said, I just want a bag. And he brought out the East. He carried us into a place that he was storing them for the night. And he was the one actually selling them. So I asked the right person. And he brought out the East Indian. I said, God, this East Indian, one for Andel and one for myself. Yes, it was actually 3 and one for another friend of mine. So when Andel was coming, I sent East Indian for 1 and 2 persons that asked him and that asked me for mango, and they were able to get. So I said, God, I want to taste East Indian bean. Hi, Cece. Welcome, Bobby, too. Hello, my friend. It's always a wonderful experience to know that Bobby, too, is here on my life. It doesn't always feel right if you're not here. And it doesn't matter what time you turn up. It's just a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. So I was talking about the East Indian. And guess what, Bobby, too? I have your thing. I have your coffee. I think it's roasted and grounded. So all you do is to just put it to, if you have the coffee maker, you just put it in and it will go down. It will steam out the coffee and it will go into, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I hope you have it, the coffee maker, and it will, you put the water and it will continue. So I'm open to mail it to you next week. And guess what? I wanted to mail something else, but it's something that you could eat, but I don't know if, I don't think it's going to reach you. I don't think it's going to keep up. So I'm just going to send this alone, because anything else that I send, it may break down before it reach you. So I'm sorry. I couldn't send any mango. I couldn't send any cane. I couldn't. Peace, love, sunshine. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate. So, Cece, I think that is just going to be it. But I wanted, you know, I wanted to give you another part of our Jamaican culture, because you have been a blessing to me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you and what you, and the support that you give to me. So thank you everyone that have joined and have, been here with me even from the start, and those who have just joined. Thank you so much. So we're talking about the pros and the cons. So I'm actually, I talk about the cons before, things that I didn't like. No, I'm talking about things that I like. And I talk about connecting with my family and friends, visiting Emancipation Park and, other places. And then now I'm talking about the Jamaican food and the local foods. And I said the needs very sweet, can't done. I never wanted to finish, guys. So now we carried guinea and cane. I love cane. And then if I had to choose one fruit or food that I would carry in my suitcase only, and that would be cane. It takes a less time to break down, especially if you put it in the fridge and you just eat one or two joints, right? And it refreshes you and them sweet, right? So cane is it for me. And there are other things there, and I am really happy and privileged that we can get to take a little bit of Jamaica with us when we travel. So kudos to the government for that. Really appreciate that. Spiritual reset and beach moment number 4, that the morning sunrise on Esmine's balcony drew me to breathe deeply and reset spiritually. When you see the sun rise, when you hear the birds chirping, when you see them above, many times I'm out there on the balcony and I'm seeing them above, and they just come across, but you can't, because you're not ready for them, you can't take the footage. But you can see them passing by twos, by fours, and they're just at the same pace. It's just a wonderful experience to see that nature coming alive. It was wonderful. And let me tell you something. I would love for all of you that are a part of my viewership to experience Jamaica. There's just something special about that island of wood and water. It is beautiful. It carries so much rich heritage, foliage, so much to eat, so much to experience. And they have something called jerk chicken. I don't know if everybody knows about jerk chicken. So on the streets, you at different places in Jamaica. In Highgate, it was right before you go into the town and right in front of the library. So if you don't know about it, yes, they do have that. If you're in St. Mary or Highgate and you don't know about it, yes, they do have jerk chicken out there on a Friday night and a Saturday night. And you can get your soup as well out there and your festival. Yes. So, Jamaica has that culture where they have their jerk chicken and other things, right? And when you go through the market or you go through the streets and you see the vendors and you see banana, breadfruit, soursop, um, so many fruits, so many green banana, ripe banana, so many foods, melon, yes, pineapple, yeah, so many fruits. It's a blessing, a blessed country. So I would love that maybe in the future, even if it's a handful of some of my viewers to come to Jamaica with me and we share in that moment. Well, in this moment, I just want to big up some persons. Chris, who actually was able to take Andel to the airport. That's one of Andel bona fide friends, right? He does tennis, lawn tennis. So if you want to experience tennis, yes, that's the person. Yes. I also met this guy at RADA that does hiking. So it takes by group persons hiking in the countryside, right? In the mountainous area. So you get to experience that kind of nature. And then if you want somewhere to stay, we have Esmine. And we also have Esmine with the beautiful balcony where you get the real sunrise coming up. Yes, a beautiful experience. And also Tommy. Um, well, that's what we call him, but he has his name. So our friend Tommy, he has a villa. So that's Happy Grove rooms villa, and he has several of them. He's even adding on. So guys, There's place that you can stay. There are activities that you can do. And we have the lovely beaches. Yes? So Jamaica is full of activities and places that you can go. So hopefully one day in the future we can all plan and attend and go to Jamaica and have a wonderful time. That's my dream. That's my idea. If you agree, give that thumbs up and let me know that yes, you like that. Or put in the chat a yes, a thumbs up, or a heart to say that you like that idea. Yes, so big up to Tommy for allowing us to stay the night without pain. That was truly amazing. And we had a wonderful time. I remember around what time it was, about 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I was up editing. So I got some sleep and then I got up and I was doing some editing. And I heard the rain falling. And I opened the door and I saw the rain. I saw the rain falling from the rooftop. Definitely, Bobby too says, definitely. All right, wonderful. So the rain was just falling from the rooftop, touching the wall, dropping. It was surreal. It was just, it was, I was able to, it says that your connection is unstable. Okay, we're back. It was that wonderful, that moment, that peaceful moment that I was experiencing with that rainfall, that nature. I could see it, falling in, in the distance. I could see it close up. I could see it from the falling from the roof. I could hear the sound. It was relaxing. It was time to reflect, time to take in, and time to put out in the environment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was one of those moments. I really enjoy that. So I wouldn't have had it if Tammy hadn't allowed us to be there, right? So thank you so much. And as we have stayed there before when we did our vacation in 2023, it's an awesome, awesome location to stay at. And you have a private beach. So the rooms are individual rooms. You have your kitchen, you have your bathroom, everything is personal. You don't have to share with nobody. Everything is just personal, like your home from home. And then you go down to the beach. You can sit where the sand is under the grape tree, that sea grape, and you can also go down to the beach and enjoy the clear water. So nice, so nice. And the last video that I had put up, you can check it out because that gives you an understanding of the beach. Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. I really enjoyed that. So big up to Chris, to Tommy, to Esmine, to Mr. Robbie. Yes. And all those persons, my brothers, especially, well, both of them, they have really, taken me in their space because I haven't been in that space in a while, and they have accommodated me in their space. So thank you to my brothers for that. I really do appreciate. And also Anne Marie, yes, for the table and everyone who made our trip possible. Thank you so much. And then, last but not least, filming content and new inspiration. It has done something to me. Though I didn't get to post daily, I filmed great content that I'm now excited to share. I left with refreshed inspiration, ideas, and a strong sense of purpose. I tell myself, and then too, in the month of August, I want to post every day. I don't want to miss one day. So I started um, editing yesterday. But guess what, guys? My computer system is telling me that I have, let me tell you exactly how much that I have in my system, 18.5 gigabyte free. It was 1.9, and I had to be deleting stuff from the memory of the computer, because when you delete from the memory, you still have to delete from the um, that drive that tells you recycle bin, right? So a lot of images. So download when you download the footage, even though you put it to a external hard drive, the system picks it up. So pictures, videos, anything. And also for apps that you have installed and apps that comes with the computer that it uses, you find that they take up all the space. So you're now left with like half or little bit more than less than half. So what I have to be doing is to keep deleting stuff from the computer memory. And then because it's a lot of images, you find that now I have to delete it from the recycle bin, which takes a lot of time. So guess what? I did download those videos and pictures that I take each day, and then I have to clear them out of the computer system and clear them out of the recycle bin. So by the time I'm finished, I don't get time to edit. It's time to sleep because I'm tired. So that cycle keep on getting me. So I said I really need to work towards getting a computer that has a greater memory, right? So I need to get that so I can, and speed, because this computer is like a basic high school. You know, you do your essays and you do your little stuff like that. So I need something that has more more capacity to take in the videos that I'm putting out. I need that. All right, so basically that's that. Now the lessons and takeaway for me. What would I have done differently on this trip? Well, one, I believe having a transportation to take me to the various places like Kingston to Orchard. I was staying in St. Mary. So I had to take a vehicle to Kingston, and I have to take a vehicle to Orchard. So from Highgate to Orchard, I have to go to Port Maria from Highgate, and then from Port Maria to Orchard, and then back. From Kingston, I have to now take a transportation from Highgate that goes straight to Kingston, right? So it's far distance, even further than going to Orchard. So that is something that I would do differently, to have a specific vehicle that able to carry me to different places. And it takes up time too, because sometimes you have to wait a bit, and that takes in to the time that you have. And guess what? Coming back home, like to Highgate, from Kingston, you have to wait a very long time, because it's not like you're going to wait like 10 minutes for a vehicle, sometimes up to an hour. You have to wait on a public vehicle, a taxi, to take you to St. Mary. So that in itself, when you could reach back and do some editing, you reach back way in the night and you're tired already from the journey, and that, you know, hinders my me being successful in putting out more videos than I have. Yes, guys. So that's something that I would change, the transportation issue. And then also having a faster computer to work with, and hopefully an editing team. I need an editing team because yes, I'm putting out content, but I need one or two more persons that can edit videos with me to be able to put out, to the amount that I'm videoing and all of that. I need that assistance. So hopefully next time I go to Jamaica, I have a team with me, and I also have a private transportation that can carry me to different locations and help me to go to more locations. Because guys, before I went, I had 2 pages of places that I wanted to visit, to showcase. But out of all of them, I was able to do 2. But if I had a transportation that can carry me to the different places, I would able to make the rounds. I remember one place I went, and I had a lot of personal things to do, right? One place I had to get from this location, I had to about 5 places in one day I had to go to. And I went to one, I walked from one place to another place. Then I walked from that place to another place on the same stretch of road. And from there I got a bike ride. I was able to take this gentleman going in the same direction, and then he would turn left. Then he would continue across, but I'm going left. So he said he would drop me at that point where I would go left. And he dropped me there on the bike. I love bike ride, guys. I love bike ride. And he was able to take me there. Then I got a taxi that took me to the next point. Then from there, I was able to cross the road and take another taxi that lead me downtown. And that I had to walk the rest of the journey to where I was going. So there were different, transportation that I had to do based on the different places I had to go to. So in it all, I was able to get somewhat like 80% of the things done in Jamaica that I needed, but I had difficulty with transportation because not all time I was able to move that quickly, right? So that's something that I would change. But with God, all things are possible, and we just have to work towards it. Yes. And this is something I want to tell you before we close. I'm working on Jamaica Unfolded series, one day at a time. So I'm going to be posting, as I said, for August, I want to post every day. But I also have the Jamaica Unfolded series because I have so many videos. I try to take videos every day because I wanted to do a daily vlog. So I'm putting it together. So when I'm finished, I just want you to experience, like every day you experience for the time that I was there. All right, guys. My beautiful people, it was a pleasure having you with me, and I missed having my Saturday night live. Truly a privilege to be back, you know, to be on Canada soil is a privilege, but to experience Jamaica, to eat those foods, to spend time with family and friends, nothing can pay for that. And I'm truly privileged. And I hope that one day you all, if you have not experienced, Jamaica like that you will experience. And those of you who are in Jamaica, continue to look for the beauty and to do your part in making Jamaica a place that all of us can live in and all of us can share in. All right. So thank you. Is there any question? Is there anything you want to ask me? Please. So tonight we had joining us one and only Venus with the family. Big up Mikhail, my dad, Risana, and one and only Venus, my sister, and also retired Beard. Thank you. Continue to do those summer activities and being a member of this channel. And we also had Adi 64, also a member of this channel. Thank you so much. And we also big up, yes, the people who have been a blessing to us in Jamaica and to Adi 64. And we also had Joshua Gabriel. Yes, thank you so much for joining, for tuning in, Joshua. And we had Bobby too, and she's also a member of our channel, Bobby too, CC1234. Please check out the channel. She has some wonderful babies. And we also had Peace, Love, Sunshine. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate. So, guys, tomorrow, basically, our honeymoon has started, right? 7 years of marriage, and we are giving God thanks, God's perfect number, and we have something planned. So, hopefully, we can share that with you also. Just want to tell you that I will be back in my daily routine as of next week. So I'll be checking out the channels, I'll be leaving my comments. But being in Jamaica was hectic, hectic. So many things, so many activities, so many things to do. I've dropped off the wagon, but next week I'll be back up and running. All right. So I just want you to know that. And peace, love, sunshine. I would love to get an update. What's going on? How your channel doing? I know that Retired Beard has been growing, and CC Bobby too has been keeping us active with the little ones, Louis, and we're enjoying it. But let me know what's going on. I see pop up in my phone shorts, but let me know. I haven't been able to pop up to join any of your lives. Let me know what's going on with your channel. But I will be tuning in next week. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. That's a part of my body, my immune system breaking down, and as I said, I'm coming back to, because it has been to be back and forth, and all the up and down in Jamaica can really take a toll. So I'm just building back my system as we go along. And I try a lot of friends, I must say, sorry that I didn't get to link you in Jamaica. I was supposed to link a lot of persons. Sorry about that. Miss Sylvia, my friend in Portmore, Gia, she's also a YouTuber, Gia's World. We weren't able to link Raymond. It's just so many people. I didn't get to link you. Really sorry about that. But I had to get some things done. I really had to. The last 2 weeks after Andy left, I was just up and down trying to get things done that I needed to get done. I actually got 80%. One of them I didn't have the document to complete that task. So I guess when I go back to Jamaica, I'll have to get that done. But different things. And I must say that it was a privilege to be on Jamaican soil. It was truly a privilege. And I thank each and every one of you for joining me for the experience. There's more to come. And I thank you for your encouragement of being with me on the journey. I see that we have a lot more persons that have joined our channel, and I just want to say welcome and thank you for making this channel one of your viewers, one of the channels that you tune into. It's really a blessing, each and every one. CC says, always you enjoy you much. Have a blessed even. Have a blessed even too. I really appreciate that. Thanks, everyone. Remember to like, comment, share with your loved ones and friends, and also to hit that bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Also, you won't miss Jamaica Unfolding. Yes. And from my heart to yours, have a blessed even and take care. I love you. And I hope you continue the journey with me as we continue to inspire, motivate, and inform. Take care, and remember to connect with those who are here on the platform. Do connect and let them know that you found their channel from Posha Live. Take care until we link up again. Until next time, one love, peace. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye, guys.